It's another powerhouse matchup in the Conference of Champions as a pair of one-loss teams will put their seasons on the line when the Utah Utes head to Southern California to take on the USC Trojans. Each team has one conference loss already, so the outcome of this game could very well determine who gets to the Pac-12 title game and possibly the college football playoff. So who has the edge in this matchup? I'll have that as well as my selection for the game coming up in just a few moments. But first, as always, if you're enjoying this content, please go ahead and hit that like button. And if you'd like to be alerted of any more of our betting content, go ahead and subscribe to our channel as we release picks and predictions for every sport you can think of every single day. And for this week only, use my code ZINNO7. That's ZINNO7. It'll get you a 7-day pass for just $49. Of course, just $7 a day. Looking at the Wager Talk Live odds screen, we see that USC is a 6.5-point home favorite, and the total is sitting at 56. Now, there are a few sevens popping up in the marketplace as of the recording of this video, so keep your eye on it throughout the week. After opening this season as at least 3 touchdown favorites in every game they played, the Trojans were underdogs last week at Notre Dame, and they're laying their shortest number to date this week. I think there's some value here on USC because of last week's 48-20 loss to the Irish. Trojans turned the ball over 5 times in that game, which is completely out of character for them to this point in the season. And quarterback Caleb Williams had thrown just 1 interception all year leading up to the game, and he threw 3 last week in the first half, putting the Trojans in a hole that they couldn't get out of. It's a major revenge spot here for USC after losing the game in Salt Lake City last season. Now, in that contest, USC racked up 556 yards of offense, and Williams threw for 381 yards and 5 touchdowns. Now, Utah's defense last year was the best in the Pac-12 statistically. They're the best in the conference this year, but 2 things are critically different. Number 1, Utah hasn't faced a legit offense yet this year. The best offensive quarterback that they've faced is Oregon State and DJ Uiagalelei. The Utes were dominated in that contest and only managed 7 points. Last year, Utah faced Anthony Richardson, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and Emory Jones. They were more battle-tested heading into the contest with USC in 2022. Number 2, the Utah offense isn't as good this year as it was last year. In fact, this year, it's a bad offense. Last year, they averaged 38.6 points per game and 467 yards per game. This year, they're scoring just 21.7 points per game, which is second to last in the conference. And their 322 yards per game is dead last in the Pac-12. Now, if quarterback Cam Rising returns for this game, it could change things dramatically, so that's something to watch as the week goes on. If USC doesn't turn the ball over and give Utah any free scoring opportunities, the Utes don't have an offense that can take advantage of a bad USC defense. Notre Dame's 3 touchdowns that they scored in the first half all came off turnovers, and the Irish needed a combined 9 plays and just 64 total yards to score those 3 touchdowns. That likely won't happen again here. If the Trojans last year could put up 42 against the Utes defense on the road at Rice-Eccles, do you really doubt their ability to outscore Utah at home this year, especially with their season on the line? Last week, USC outgained Notre Dame. They had more first downs. They were better on third down and held the ball nearly 10 minutes longer. Turnovers will kill you. Lincoln Riley will get this fixed, and this loss actually feels like the perfect time for USC to have it refocus them for this game. This is a mismatch in several ways that favor USC. The number's important here, so I go ahead and lock in this minus 6.5 while it's still out there. If you're interested in more trends, game breakdowns, and picks, go ahead and check out this next game video. And again, please use my code ZINNO7, ZINNO7, for a 7-day pass for just $49.